I'll meet you on the ship when you're ready to depart from Emerald Vale. Captain.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. I've never seen... Also,
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
Oh, nothing could be further... I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town. Yes, but there are... I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people. Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This...
Assist searching.
Here they come! Good shot! Hit it with the shot! Nice one! That's the last of them! For me.
Unexpected. Sweeping the area.
Get ready! Don't mess with us!
Beginning
Incoming!
secure.
That's the last of them!
You're not real. You're not real. No, just leave me alone.
Mind the scene. You're liable to get scalded.
Processing.
Uh-oh! Nice one! Hey, that's impressive.
system.
Incoming!
Investigate.
Don't mention it.
Go away, Phantom! Get away! You're not real. You're not real. Get away!
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems, it's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice. Hostile in compliance with spacer's choice policy. All defect affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophical... Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing if you're gonna start wandering around my camp. Know that I got over in the hothouse, tending... Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. Explains why you're still young. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skills far as I could tell. Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their number. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when... Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the... The soil around the Vale went sour years ago. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on... It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that the home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is... Reed Thompson. Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery. You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of over...
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, man.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen.
away, Phantom! Get away! No, just leave me alone. Go away, Phantom! You're not real! You're not real! Get away from me, Phantom! Shoot! Scram! Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna critic, Aetherwave personality, chairman of the board, galactic... I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this... I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Oh, before. Definitely before. Sissy Pig Tycoonery was the apex of my long and storied career. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as you... Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also... There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including... Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Forgot what you were gonna say? Me too.
Mechanicide protocols currently active. Please do not interrupt. Mechanicide protocols currently active. Please do not interrupt.
We do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough, but the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big... In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow it's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean... I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? You mean why I'm not allowed in the store anymore? There was a kind of a thing with a... Sure, but folks got lost. I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this... So I did my thing, and next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of 0G rolling out the front door and into the road. It's not funny. Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, and Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift. Anyhow, you ever seen an auto loader run over a bottle of 0G? I was just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. I can laugh about it now, but I...
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters, plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it? Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me. Liberating? Edgewater is my home. The only home I've ever had. I put down roots here, gave decades. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you. Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back. Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. Some... And as for me, I will tender my resignation, whereupon I shall be processed and then duly imprisoned for growth. Apologies won't give us our lives back, but for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
Okay, keep it quiet.
Are we getting paid or not?
Any loss of... Got my hands full at the moment. Make it quick, please.
Is Reed hiding in there?
Mr. Thompson is aware of your concerns. He is committed to guiding Edgewater into prosperity.
I put my whole life in that camp.
Are we getting paid or not?
Any loss of productivity will be deducted from your pay.
I put my whole life in that cannery.
You must be very proud.